New this morning, Memorial Day weekend is almost here, marking the unofficial start to summer.
And a program in Manitowoc helping to cut down on underage drinking at the big summer festivals taking place. Kristen Allen live in Manitowoc this morning. And Kristen, how does this work?
Well, as you know, there's a lot of festivals that happen right here in Manitowoc, and Balloon Glow, which is in August, is one of them. It happens right here along the water, and it's also one of the events that utilizes these free toolkits. But Manitowoc County's Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition wants to see more events in the area using these free toolkits. They come with things like a free ID scanner and wristbands, and it's all to keep underage drinking in check. These free toolkits also come with information and education as well. The ID scanners in the kit help to identify fake IDs or IDs that underage festival goers may pass back to their friends in line in an attempt to drink. The wristbands make it easier for servers to identify those who are drinking age. The prevention program coordinator says underage drinking can have serious consequences.
Studies have shown the youth brain is not fully developed until they're 25. So if you're adding substances such as alcohol or tobacco or THC, your brain's not fully developed. So we really want to educate the parents, educate our youth, educate festival goers that preventing underage drinking really does help keep our youth and young adults healthier.
Yeah, so such a helpful tool for event organizers. How are they able to get one of these toolkits if someone is watching for their own event, Kristen?
Well, if you're planning a big event, all you have to do is email Healthiest Manitowoc County, and we have that email address on our website. It's for festivals and events happening here in Manitowoc, and as we mentioned, it does come with the free wristbands. You can request as many as you need. They said typically they get around 1,500 or 2,000 requests for those wristbands. You can request that many in the toolkit, and it takes a little bit of a load off of when you're planning an event like that. And again, it's all for free. All you have to do is email them. We have that email address on our website, wbay.com.
All right, Kristen, thank you. Live in Manitowoc this morning, and it sure looks nice there. Let's check in.